People say, why is it called Stitch? And what a great name. And I said, anything of quality is measured down to the last stitch. What is Stitch? Stitch is dress your game. I've always loved fashion, avid golfer. I'm in love with the game of golf. And so showing up at clubs, and you go to a great country club and you see a guy, he pulls up in a $100,000 car and he's dressed to the nines and he grabs his golf bag. And it's like he did everything perfect, or she did everything perfect before that moment. But once they grab their golf bag and it's tethered and worn and they just don't look connected. And I just kept seeing that everywhere I went. And I thought, there's an opportunity right there. I'm going to teach people how to dress their game. The initial design of the first head cover was the Racer, which was inspired by this car. It's a 1958 Porsche Speedster, and it's black, and it had this racing stripe and a circle number, and in my head I was thought, that's an iconic design. I mean, that was really the point of picking leather, is that it's a romantic product. Everybody touches it, they want to feel it, and then they want to smell it. When I see it every time, the first cover, it grounds me, brings me back to the beginning. How did I start the company? I worked at a major golf company for 10 years, and I started another apparel company with another guy, which is a crazy difficult space to be in. That's a crowded space. I've got to come up with another idea, because I don't want to be the brand of the day and gone tomorrow. And so I was at probably one of the greatest golf clubs in the world, in Augusta National. And I've got the concept that I'm going to make wrinkle-free, seersucker, green and white shorts and pants, and showing them this concept and thinking, okay, this is going to be a big deal for me. And they said, thanks, Charlie, but we're not interested. So in the middle of the meeting, I pivoted and I asked a question. I said, what do you guys sell a lot of at this event? They said, we sell a lot of hats and we sell a lot of shirts. I said, well, tell me about price point. What do you mean? Well, a hat's $25. Okay, and what's a shirt? $65 and above. What's in the middle? And it was kind of quiet like that. People said, what is in the middle of those two price points that we sell significant volume in? And I said, guys, I've got an idea. I'm getting ready to start this new company. Didn't know the name of the company, so I failed to tell them that. I had to come up with that a little bit later, and I said, we're gonna make leather head covers, and here's what they look like. And I started sketching out what this cover is gonna look like, told them the price point. It created a market for them that didn't exist, and they go, if you can do that, we'll be your first customer. So I met Brad my first day of golf. I guess it was our high school golf team practice. I was a sophomore, so it's probably 1992. Yep. And we met here at McGregor Downs, met on the driving range. And that was the first place where we got together and got to know Brad.
That same driving range is where I was hitting balls next to the principal of Apex High when he asked if I would be willing to help out the Apex High School men's golf team. And that's when I met Charlie.
We became friends, and then, life happens. And, I go off to college. He was volunteering as a golf coach who was successful in business, and I knew that, and he'd gone off to start a company.
We had created the 6th largest independent office products company in the country. And we sold it to Staples.
How did he do this? He went from a high school golf coach to building this multi-million-dollar business. How did he do this? And so fast forward 20-some years later.
One day I'm at lunch and bumped into Charlie Burgwyn and his father. And I hadn't seen Charlie in a number of years. And I asked him, I said, Charlie, what are you doing these days? And he said, I'm actually building a golf company called Stitch.
And I said, what are you doing now? And he tells me what he's doing, and I went, I don't know if the guy's really into what he's doing right now. Maybe he is, maybe he's not, but this is an opportunity for me. And I sat back down with my dad, and I said, Dad, I'm gonna make you a promise, I'm gonna make you a prediction. I said, within 2 years, that guy's gonna run the company.
Little did I know that 30 years later, we'd be sitting here talking about Stitch Golf, and Charlie and I would be business partners.
When you start a company and you're gonna say, I'm gonna build a brand, you gotta have people to believe in you, whether it's your partners in the business, the people that work here every day, or if it's the vendors that you choose.